Hey you guys, welcome to today's video. So obviously I'm not in my regular space. I'm actually in my hometown dealing with a, I guess not family emergency, but friend emergency. My friend Jen and I have been trying to get somebody into treatment, and we will talk about that in a future video. Loud truck driving by. But while I'm here, I wanted to take the opportunity to kind of just go back to my old stomping grounds. Some of them, I've bounced around quite a bit, but my addiction started here, and coming back here is never easy for me. It brings back a lot of memories. And for a really long time, I contributed to the downfall of this area, which I mentioned in today's video. I come back once a year, and during this time, it just brings everything kind of in the forefront of my mind. I am grateful for my sobriety. I'm grateful for my life and my family and everything. And I think it's good to be reminded of where you come from. I also think it's important to never forget where you come from. I recently lost another friend from here, and that's hard. It's hard knowing that he didn't make it out, you know, and every year I lose more and more people, and it never gets easier. But today we're gonna walk down memory lane, and I'm gonna kind of show you a few things that I didn't show you last year in my last year video. But just to back up a little bit, the reality of addiction is some people don't make it out, but as long as there is a pulse in your body, there is hope for sobriety. And I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope you know that if you are struggling in addiction, you can make it out. If you are the loved one of an addict, you are a superhero. It is very hard to love somebody that's going through that. And if you're going through that right now, I send all of my love to you, because I know how it feels to want it so bad for someone else, but they don't want it for themselves, and it's the most frustrating thing. Let's get into it. This is my homeboy's merch. Shout out to you, Truff. I love you. I'm gonna leave a music video of him in the description box down below, so check that out. But right now I am in Sydney, New York. It's very rural. I'm in upstate New York, and the surrounding area of these small towns is beautiful. It's nestled in the Catskill Mountains, and fall is my favorite season. It's absolutely gorgeous here. But to come back here, it's difficult for me, because this is where it happened for me. This is where it started for me, you know? And while it looks very beautiful, it has such a darkness in it. People are very poor. Drugs are very prevalent. And for a long time I contributed to that. So I've had to work through that in my own way. Just knowing that I added any more darkness to this is heartbreaking. So right now I'm downtown Sydney, I'm on Weir Street. So at 17 I met my ex-boyfriend here, and at 17 I was already in the mix. So that house is a couple houses down. I'm gonna take you guys there in a minute, but I was already in it. I was already selling, I already had connects. I'm not flexing, I'm not bragging, I'm just letting you know what it was. I knew that I could sell a little bit and make some money. So for me, that was my biggest trigger. My biggest trigger has always been money, my whole life. You know, growing up poor, growing up in an area where we have to move all the time because we're getting evicted, I didn't know any other way. And I'm smart enough to know, go to work and get paid. But at that time in my life, I felt as though, personally for me, there wasn't any other option, which is just such a flawed way of thinking. Jobs here are hard to come by. There's not a lot of opportunity here, and it was easy. Straight up, it was just an easy way to make money for me. So I'm gonna walk you down to where I met my ex-boyfriend, and just kind of show you a little tour, a little Sydney tour. The last thing I wanna do is make people uncomfortable by staying here too long. So try to get it as quick as we can. So this is where I met my ex, and when I met him, I could finally be myself. I could be drug dealer Jessica, drug addict Jessica. I didn't have to hide that anymore. And I'm not blaming this on him, but I want to mention here that once I could be myself, my addiction took off even more, because now I don't have to hide me. I don't have to hide violent Jess, drug addict Jess, drug dealing Jess. And a lot of the places I'm gonna show you today bring back that memory inside of me. So a big part of what I do is I try to use these experiences to let other people know there is a way out. Because back then, 17-year-old Jess, you couldn't tell me anything. There was no way out. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do and you're not gonna tell me otherwise. And that, for me, I have to say that so that other people know, like, there is a way out. I was just so flawed in thinking. Yeah, I'm filming a YouTube video. So we're already upsetting people because we're here with cameras. And I knew that would happen, so I'm gonna kind of wrap it up here. I didn't think I could ever get out of that lifestyle, but you can, you absolutely can. I'll give you an overview of the street before I get yelled at again. So people don't want to talk to us, you know, they're afraid to be on camera talking about how bad the drugs are here, which, I mean, oh my God, I totally understand. If I still lived here, I wouldn't want to do that either. Been yelled at a couple of times. People are sketched out that I'm filming here, and I don't want to disrespect anybody. I don't want to make anybody uncomfortable. So I think I'll just record in the car, but coming back here is not easy for me. Coming back here brings up a lot of stuff, a lot of bad memories. You know, I contributed to the downfall of this area. Sure, it was 10 years ago, but that's still fresh in my mind. When I see that no one's getting better, it makes me feel like shit, you know? Yeah, they're on different stuff now. I'm not contributing to it anymore, but I want to help make it better. It's hard, so all I can do now is help one person at a time, help people that want my help, and spend my life sharing my story. So I have a lot of time and distance from my old life. I have 8 years sober, but this brings it right back for me. And I understand that, like, getting out was the best decision I ever made. Getting sober was the best decision I ever made. Taking care of my mental health, my physical health, those things are so important. And every year when I come back here, I'm reminded of just how far I've come, and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for the struggle, because it made me grateful for every single thing I have now. I'm grateful for prison, my family, every single difficult thing I went through, I'm grateful for it. And coming back here every year reaffirms that for me, that I made the right choice. And I've had to leave a lot of people behind. I've had to lose a lot of people, bury a lot of people, leave them behind. And that is the hardest thing for me, is seeing, I'll drive by and I'm like, I know, I went to high school with them and they're digging through a dumpster. I went to high school with this person, I know this person, that's my ex-boyfriend, and they're all struggling, and it hurts so bad. I want to give them what I have, but I can't unless they want it, and that's the most heartbreaking thing. In my personal opinion, it's harder to love an addict than be an addict, because I got to escape every day with my drugs. I have to go to bed at night and try to force myself to sleep because I'm always afraid I'm gonna get that call. They didn't make it, Jess. You did everything you could, but they didn't make it. Sorry, this person died. Sorry, this person died. I get it all the time. I just had to bury a friend who you guys are gonna read about in my autobiography. Known him my whole life, and he's gone. And I will never be able to tell him so many things, and that is so hard. So if you're still struggling, you can get out. You can. You are stronger than you know, and you don't have to live like this. So my buddy told me yesterday that they were outside of the community. It's a bar right there. And people were just handing out meth for free, trying to get people addicted to it. And that is the craziest shit ever. But this area is just all bad, which is really sad because there's some really great people here. So I used to work at this now China buffet. It used to be a Burger King. That was like my first job. I was, God, 14. I had just got my working card. And the manager, one night, I walked by the office and he was breaking up cocaine on the desk. Every time I had a break, I would do whippets out back. I would show up drunk. I would be using at 14 years old, working out of this Burger King. And I remember one day my dad's coworker came in and he told me, "Oh, I'm so proud of you for wanting to work at 14. And the whole time I was using drugs and anything I can get my hands on. Air duster, whippet air duster that you clean computers with. I was doing that in the back. And it was just so crazy that while I was doing that, I was also trying to maintain this front. Like, I'm not an addict, I'm totally fine. I just like to party a little bit. But every single thing I did was intertwined with drugs. You know, every single aspect of my life, whether I was working at Burger King or I was at school. I'd bring Jack Daniels to school. I was just always using a substance from 13 to 23, and some change, almost 13. You know what I mean? So it was a long time of me using, and seeing it is like, whoa, I did all that. Crazy. Hey.
Hey, what's up, girl?
You own this now?
All right, let me know. What's that?
You own this now?
Yeah.
What are you doing with Sunnyville place?
I'm gonna put in a Mexican place. What are you doing down here?
Well, I'm a YouTuber now.
Get out of here.
Yeah, I'm filming about my addiction, and you know, a lot of that shit started in this place.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Were you ever up in this apartment?
Oh, yeah.
Check this out.
Oh, can I film?
Yeah, I'm good. I just remodeled the whole thing.
Here.
I didn't know you had an addiction.
Yeah, I was a heroin addict for
You look like $1 million.
I know, right?
Go ahead.
8 years sober.
Wow.
Oh my God. Bro, the floor was falling out.
Yeah, we got the whole thing.
It looks so good. Well, I come back every year, and I saw you had it last year, and I'm like, I just can't even go in there. I like OD'd in the bathroom.
Really?
Yeah. So
Downstairs
in the hideaway.
Wait till you see the bathrooms. They're nice. It's a whole different thing. You walk in there, you're like, wow.
Like, this was not the hideaway.
Yeah.
Well, good for you, dude.
Yeah.
Because I know they wanted to just rip it all down. This whole corner would have been leveled if you didn't start it.
I ripped the deck off. We were going to put another one on, but the insurance company said it would be too much of a liability.
So I used to, like, if I was running from somebody, I used to jump down off of this roof onto whatever the fuck Sonny had back there. Good times. Or come through there.
Really?
This little window here.
Yeah, but go check it out. You can see how I gutted the whole other side, too.
No one's going to be uncomfortable that I'm filming?
No, go ahead.
Okay,
Knock yourself out. Leash, I'll see you later, honey. Yeah, go ahead. Take your time. Go ahead.
Woo, boy. Yeah, this was the spot. This was the trap house. He's ripping it out, and he's going to make it look great. Whew.